Understanding why feedback is a beautiful gift for us to grow. Hi everyone, Su Patel here. Thank you so much for being here. As you know, I am all about helping people with creating more abundance, more joy, more love in their lives by commanding their self-worth. So thank you so much for being here today. Please do like and subscribe to my channel if you get so much out of what I've shared with you today, so that we can reach as many people as we can with the message. So why is feedback such a gift to us? Look, if we don't know how we're being perceived out there, we can't make changes, we can't improve, we can't grow, and we don't evolve, we stay stuck. Now, many people don't really care what other people think, right? And that's okay as well. You don't need to, right? And you can stay however you are, and if that's working for you, amazing, all right? But as you start growing and evolving and you start becoming a leader and you start showing up as an influencer, it really does matter in terms of your branding, in terms of are you getting the message across to your followers? It's about packaging yourself 360 degrees so that you can provide the best value for your followers, for your clients, and really show up as a person that you want to be for your people, right, and your community and your tribe. So feedback is a very, very useful tool because it really helps you take a look. It's like holding up a mirror to yourself. Now, of course, we are all about creating our own opinions of ourselves and, doing our affirmations every day of who we do want to be and how we do want to become. But something that I like to do personally every 6 to 12 months is to ask people in my family, my friends and my family, my clients, to just give me some feedback on how I could just level up a little bit more. All right, there are some people out there who feel that they're amazing and they love how they do work, and and it's great, they love how they show up and they're totally in tune with who they are. People around them are in fear of them, as an example. All right, so if somebody's in fear of you, are you going to be able to land your message with them? No, you're not. If somebody's got something in the space with you that's an incompletion, are they going to like and trust you? No, they're not. All right, so you're not going to win hearts and minds of people if there are incompletions out there with the people in your life. So it's really, really great tool when you do this feedback exercise that really can help you either rebuild relationships with the people in your life or look at where could you level up. Now, whenever I do this, I always do it in a conversation. I don't just send out a questionnaire to people, right? I always I either do it on the phone or in person is the best way to do it. And there are just some questions that I ask my friends and my family. So number one is, what are my strengths? Number two is, what are my weaknesses? Number three is, what do people know of me and about me? So am I sharing vulnerably? Am I sharing my life with people? Because look, if you just knew me as Su Patel, who does YouTube videos, you wouldn't know anything else about me, and you wouldn't be able to relate to me. Okay, and really sharing my life with people really creates a relationship, a two-way relationship. And then so number four is, what can I be counted on for? And number five is, what can I not be counted on for? And why are all these questions important? They really help you. Number one is look at yourself in all of those areas, because we're as human beings, and as someone who's always kind of thought about not being good enough, not being worthy enough, or dealing with imposter syndrome or comparing myself to other people. I've kind of had that most of my life. So sometimes by asking people what your strengths are really can help you enhance the affirmations that you're creating, that that you are on the right track to creating who you say that you want to be. All right, that you're on your way to creating the identity of the person that you want to be. All right, so when people talk to you about your strengths, it just really just enhances what you already know and feel. All right, and then your weaknesses, sometimes actually many people don't want to think about their weaknesses. There are some people who just focus on their weaknesses. All right, and people that constantly focus on their weaknesses do not see their strengths. So it's good for them to know what strengths are coming through for other people. And there are some people who feel like they have no weaknesses. So hearing it from other people, sometimes, it'll stop you in your tracks and think, okay, cool. So that's how I'm showing up. Like, is it something you want to work on? And of course, it's always only someone else's opinion, right? And you could choose what you want to do with it. But the fact that you're asking for feedback, it means that you're facing the demon rather than the demon attacking you, right? So it's always great to do it that way around. And just by understanding it and just acknowledging, okay, that's how I'm showing up for that person. And then you go to somebody else and you'll be showing up very differently to other people. So when you get this kind of, your strengths and your weaknesses, you can also see for yourself, like, how am I being different with different people? And yes, you will be different with different people, but the core of you, the essence of you should always be the same with whoever you're dealing with. All right, of course, when I'm with my mom, I'll be different to when I'm with my daughter. The different generations, the different ages, and the different likes and dislikes. So it is about being flexible. And they say, actually, the person with the most flexibility in their being is the person who always wins the outcome. All right, many people say, oh, I am the way that I am, and that's how I am, and you got to take it or leave it. All right, so are they going to win the outcome? Are they going to influence change? Are they going to earn respect and build trust from people? They're not, because they're so closed to just being set in the way that they are. Okay, that's what can really help you when you get that kind of feedback. And then the question around, what do people know of me? As I said earlier, it's just around really like, are you sharing vulnerability? Are you hiding? If you put up these guarded walls, where you don't let people in, you don't share of yourself, or you're shy, or you're worried about what people will think of you if you show up a certain way. And it's really getting past that. One thing that I have learned about sharing and being open is that I share and I be open with people because I know it gives them an access to, number one, get that, it doesn't matter what's happened in your life, you're okay, all right? You're going to be okay because I've gone through that and I'm okay, all right? And you will get through it. It's giving other people inspiration that if I can go through it, they can go through it and they're going to be fine, all right? So I share with people and I don't have anything to hide. I want to share all the challenges that I've had with people because I don't know what challenges you'll be going through. And if I'm going through them, for sure somebody else will be going through them. And I want to be able to serve as many people as I can. So I share my challenges, all right? And then what can I be counted on for? Something that people can really trust me for. People know that they can come to me for that. It really gives me an essence of, okay, is my message getting across? Is who I say I am showing up? Is my integrity showing up? Am I living authentically in the world? So that's a really great question. And then what can I not be counted on for? Again, this is a really interesting question because most people say, I don't know what I can't count on you for because normally I can count on you for everything. But let me tell you, what you can't count on me for is you can't count on me for looking after a plant because it will die. Okay, so if you have a plant, don't give it to me to look after. All right, so but it's also knowing that, I can't be counted on that, and I'm okay with that, right? I used to be somebody that couldn't be counted on for cooking meals, like, at home, but yeah, I've kind of mastered that to a degree, and my daughter loves my food, which is really great. So, but there might be things that show up for people that, you can look at. And of course, feedback, when you ask for it, you'll be in a totally different space when you're asking for it. Many people want to give you feedback without you asking for it, and I just feel that's just so offensive, right? Because what are you even going to do with that? Like, who even gave anybody permission for feedback? So feedback should always be given with permission. Okay, so I just feel like by not getting permission for giving feedback, it's just a waste of anybody's words and breath, really. It's really important, for you to, like, why should anybody listen to you? All right, and now unless somebody comes to you for feedback, that's when you should be giving it. Okay, because that's when it will be most received as well. All right, it's really important. Like, I work as a coach, right? And obviously people give me permission to coach them and give them feedback. And I wouldn't give it to anybody unless they requested it or gave me permission to give them feedback, because otherwise you're just making people wrong for whatever they're doing and not doing. All right, and that's not going to help you build a following. That's not going to help you build a brand and build respect as well. All right. What I want to just say about feedback is that, so number one, always ask for permission for when you want to give feedback. And number two, when somebody gives you feedback, that you are open to receiving whatever they have to share with you. Like if you're going to ask for feedback, you got to be prepared to not be defending yourself, or, you know, just be open to receiving it no matter what. All right. And then, you know, you can take that away. You can either listen to it and do something about it, or you could be like, nah, that's just somebody's opinion. And that's okay. You know, that's okay. So I hope you got something out of what I've shared with you. Feedback is the breakfast of champions, is an absolute gift if you are up for receiving it. And it will really help you take your life, your business, your relationships to a whole new level when you go out there and get it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got loads from it. And please do like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, do connect to my Facebook group. And otherwise, I will see you on the next video.